Travis Cook here, and I wanted to take just a couple of moments on this television show to explain to everybody, uninterrupted, a couple of things surrounding the NWA World Title match back on December the 1st. You'll notice on SICW All-Star Wrestling that Herb Simmons and Drew Abbenhouse have mentioned that World Title match, but beyond that, they really haven't said much about it. They said that Trevor Murdoch retained the title, and they didn't say anything more about it. And I wanted to give you folks at home a little bit more information, a more complete story than what they have shared with you. First and foremost, in that match between Atilla Khan and Trevor Murdoch, a great occasion in St. Louis wrestling, one of the great moments in wrestling history in our town, there was a controversial incident that occurred at one point. At one point in the match, Atilla Khan was on the offensive on Murdoch, was taking it to him, and delivered a diving headbutt, a devastating move, and of course, not only devastating because Atilla Khan executes it, but also because Atilla Khan learned it from the master himself, Harley Race. And Atilla connected with that diving headbutt, he connected with it well, and he covered Trevor Murdoch, and he got a 3 count on it. And I was standing at ringside, and I was jubilant. I saw that the referee's hand hit the mat, 1, 2, 3. I immediately celebrated, jumping around, pumping the fist. I probably looked a little bit foolish, but hey, I thought we just won the world title. But as I'm celebrating, I noticed that I didn't hear the bell ring, and I thought that was odd. And I turned around to see the ring again, and the match was still going on. I wasn't sure what happened. What I was told after the fact was the referee had said Trevor Murdoch got his foot to the ropes before the 3 count. Now, I was standing at ringside. I had a great vantage point of it. I saw the referee's hand hit the mat, 1, 2, 3, and I did not see Murdoch's foot on the rope. Maybe he got it to the rope after the 3 count, I don't know, but it was not there before the 3 count, and Atilla Khan should have been the world's heavyweight champion. So a lot of controversy there, and it's kind of odd to me that our own hometown announcers, if you want to call them that, have not mentioned that on the show when your hometown champion, your hometown hero, Atilla Khan, won the world title. Now, of course, I wasn't pleased about this missed call by a referee. Let's just put it that way. And I immediately, the next morning at 8 o'clock on December the 2nd, I filed a complaint. I filed a protest, an official protest with the NWA, and I thought there would be some kind of hearing. I'd have to fly down to Atlanta or something and go through a whole process to either get the world title to change hands or at the very least get an automatic rematch. And I was told 48 hours later by the NWA that they were rejecting the protest on my part without a hearing, without anything else. So I was very disappointed in that, and that unfortunately has soured my opinion of the quality of organization that the National Wrestling Alliance is. It also means that I have now taken it upon myself to go into overdrive, if you will, pursuing these people in the NWA and going after them, trying to hunt them down to say that in order to get a world title rematch that Atilla Khan deserves. Clearly, I'm going to have to implement some of the methods with them that I've implemented with Herb Simmons over the years to get what I want. I guess I'm going to have to play some hardball, and if that's the case, so be it, because Atilla Khan deserves to be the world's heavyweight champion. He pinned Trevor Murdoch, the current world champion, in a title match. So this is going to be requited one way or the other. So just I want to let everybody know that's what the future holds right now. My focus right now is on getting that rematch for the NWA title that Atilla Khan deserves. Now, I've been getting one other question from the public recently about that. They've noticed that I've been kind of focused on the World's Heavyweight Championship, and I've gotten a couple of questions from people about the Classic Wrestling title here in SICW. They've asked me, are you taking your focus on that? Do you not care about the Classic Wrestling title anymore? Is that not important? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you that the Classic Wrestling title is extremely important to me. It's extremely important to Atilla Khan. And that's for one very simple reason. When I was initially negotiating with the NWA to get this world title match, and make no mistake, I was the one negotiating with them. Herb Simmons has taken a lot of the credit for this, but he really was just riding on the coattails here. I was the one who made the challenge for the world title match. I was the one who negotiated on behalf of Atilla Khan. And when I was negotiating with the NWA, it was clear to me very early on that they were only interested in having the world title defended here against the Classic Wrestling champion. They understood the importance of that title, the history of that title, the reputation that title has all over the country, And they were not interested in having that title defended against anyone here who was not the Classic Wrestling Champion. So with that in mind, that means that that title, as important as it's always been, is even more important now, because when it comes to future world title matches, it's only the Classic Wrestling Champion who's in line for those potential matches down the line. That means that Attila Khan and myself have to do anything and everything we can to hold on to that Classic Wrestling Championship. And I also know it means that the other wrestlers here are aware of it too. They're going to do whatever they can to get the title, because they know having that belt, the Classic Wrestling title, is the only way they can get an NWA World title match down the line. So instead of saying that I'm not focusing on the Classic Wrestling title, I'm more focused on it than ever, because I know for Attila Khan to get the world title match he deserves, that he's entitled to, the world title he's already won, he's got to hold on to that Classic Wrestling Championship. And I don't care who it is, even if it's Jason Breed, that ne'er-do-well, that interloper, if he thinks he's going to get a shot at it, if he thinks he's going to win it from Attila Khan, son, you have no idea what we're capable of when it comes to getting the world title match back that we deserve. Can you imagine Jason Breed as a Classic Wrestling Champion? It's almost laughable. Can you imagine him as the World Heavyweight Champion? Well, don't worry, it's not going to happen, because Attila Khan and Travis Cook are going to do whatever it takes to hold on to the Classic Wrestling title and to get the NWA World title that we've already proven we deserve.